Hey, this is Steve Gill with your video daily notes for February 10th, 2011. Let's delve into the What Was He Thinking file today as we look at Congressman Chris Lee, or former Congressman Chris Lee from New York. Chris Lee was a young congressman in his early 40s, living in upstate New York in Buffalo. He got elected in 2008 to the U.S. Congress and re-elected in 2010. And then, lo and behold, he decided to start flirting on Craigslist with a woman who turned out to be a government employee in her early 40s. She was looking for the man of her dreams, and she hooked up with this guy online, not in real life, on the web, and started questioning back and forth, well, what do you look like? Because all the guys on Craigslist turn out to be toads. So Chris Lee sends her a picture of himself that he takes in the camera looking into a mirror where he's flexing and shirtless. She says, well, he does look pretty good. She decides to do a little background check and finds out that contrary to what he's flirted and texted on Craigslist, he's actually not a 39-year-old unmarried lobbyist. He's actually a married 40-something congressman. So she, of course, passes the information, the photos, all the emails onto a liberal website, and lo and behold, 3 hours after Gawker first publishes these photos, Congressman Lee is former Congressman Lee. Now, it makes you wonder, what was he possibly thinking? We tell our kids, stay off Facebook. Don't put stuff on Facebook that you don't want there permanently or shared with everybody. And here you've got a member of Congress who ought to be smarter than that, acting with, stupidity we can barely imagine. You can look at the photo and ask for yourself, is it cheesy, sleazy, or both? Nobody argues that it was absolutely incredibly stupid. So now he's out of Congress. There's going to be a domino effect as a state senator in the upstate area, a Republican, may run for and get his seat, which will then open up a seat in the state Senate in New York, which may hand control of the New York State Senate from Republicans back to the Democrats. One bad judgment, one bad call, having an impact on a lot of other lives, not to mention the lives of his own family. You would think that folks that we send to Washington, Republicans or Democrats, would think with their big head for a change. Think about what's good for America for a change. Maybe this will be a wake-up call for a lot of other folks in Washington to think about the country first and enjoying the party life in Washington second. Now, the other question is how many other Democrats in Congress are doing the same exact thing? All this guy did was post a flirtatious picture of himself with no shirt on. There are plenty of folks with D's next to their name in Washington doing a lot worse. That doesn't excuse what Chris Lee has done. But what it does underline is the double standard that's at play in Washington. If we're going to go after everybody for everything they do that's shirtless flirtation or worse, fine. Let's clean the whole house out, not just the Republican side of the aisle. We'll be back tomorrow with more daily notes at gillreport.com. In the meantime, go to the website. You can check out more on this story and others at gillreport.com.